You don't have to carry this anymore. You're allowed to move on and heal.
I'll try.
You're allowed to move on and leave it behind.
I think I needed to hear that.
Somewhere right now, someone is telling a story where you're the villain, where you're the one who broke their heart, ruined their life, didn't care enough. In their story, you're cold, selfish, the reason they can't trust, the name that still makes them angry. And here's the hardest pill to swallow. In their experience, they're not wrong. You did leave when they needed you to stay, even if staying would have destroyed you. You did choose yourself, even if you'd already given everything. You did stop trying, even if you'd already tried 1,000 times. You did hurt them, even if it was while saving yourself. Their pain is real. Their version is valid. Their story, from their perspective, is true. And you can't change it, can't edit their narrative, can't force them to see the context, the reasons, the other side. You want to explain so badly, don't you? To show them your perspective, to make them understand you weren't the villain, you were just human, that you weren't cruel, you were surviving, that you didn't abandon them. You just finally chose yourself. But here's what you need to accept. You don't get to control how others tell your story. You don't get to be the hero in everyone's narrative. You don't get to be understood by people committed to misunderstanding you. In some stories, you're going to be the villain, the ex who gave up, the friend who disappeared, the child who abandoned tradition, the person who changed, the one who left, the one who said no, the one who stopped sacrificing. And that's okay. It has to be okay. Because the alternative, trying to be everyone's hero, means being nobody's anything, including your own. You could spend your entire life trying to correct their narrative. Sending explanations they won't read, having conversations they won't hear, defending actions that needed no defense except in their courtroom. Or you could let them have their story. Let them cast you as the villain if that helps them heal. Let them blame you if that helps them move forward. Let them hate you if that's easier than examining their own role. Your reputation in their mind isn't your responsibility. Your character is. And sometimes having good character means accepting being seen as the bad character in someone else's story. The people who matter will know your truth. They'll see your heart. They'll understand your choices. They'll know the villain role isn't who you are, it's just who you had to be in that story to survive. As for the others, the ones who need you to be wrong so they can be right, who need you to be the villain so they can be the victim, let them have their story. Their story about you isn't about you anyway. It's about them, their pain, their perspective, their need to make sense of hurt. You trying to change it is just giving them more evidence that it's still about you. It's not. You're the villain in their story, but you're the hero in yours. The one who finally set boundaries, who finally chose health, who finally walked away from toxicity, who finally stopped enabling, who finally started living. Let them tell whatever story they need to tell. You have your own story to write. One where you're not the villain for choosing yourself. Where you're not the bad guy for having limits. Where you're not wrong for refusing to die for someone else's happiness. Be the villain in their story if it means being the hero in your own. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one who has to live with your choices. And choosing yourself, even if it makes you someone else's villain, is still the right choice. Their story about you is theirs to tell. Your life is yours to live. Stop trying to edit their narrative. Start writing your own.